This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm addicted to my phone. See, I used to use Instagram as a tool. It was a place to share and take in inspiration, a place to make connections, and a place to even grow my business. But over time, something really changed. Instead of giving, Instagram was really taking. It was taking my inspiration, taking my energy, overwhelming me. It was all just too much. It was a never-ending cycle of information, of content, and it never really gives you a space to think or to breathe.
So yeah, I needed a social media break. And I hadn't really taken one in the past 4 years, so this was an interesting experiment.
So to start, here's why I decided to take a break. Number one, it was consuming literally every spare second of my time. And for a while, I didn't mind this. I used to actually consider scrolling on social media as a reward after a hard day's work. It was finally some me time. So I'd let myself plop down on the couch and mindlessly absorb content for what ended up being hours. I actually told myself that this was self-care. LOL. But I realized by looking at it this way, I wasn't doing myself any favors. Scrolling really just perpetuates the comparison trap, consciously in the moment or subconsciously later on. And scrolling really just takes away from the time that you could be spending and would probably rather be spending on your own work or on things that inspire you. For me, when I scrolled, I used to tell myself that I was looking for inspiration, but really I just wanted to do nothing. I wanted to do something mindless and just absorb whatever was in my face. And really, it's not like scrolling allows you to clear your mind. It's just another distraction that prevents us from clearly being in our own thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Instagram is straight up escapism, and that's what I was using it for most of the time. The second reason was because I was addicted to checking. And I was basically afraid of becoming obsolete. If you're a content creator or entrepreneur or using Instagram as a tool for your business in any way, there's a constant pressure to always be checking, always be analyzing, and always using whatever opportunity you can to grow your business. I think that hustle kind of mindset is helpful, especially if you're in the growth phase. But if it's starting to impact your mental health and isn't fun anymore, then I think it's time to take a step back. And reason number 3 was because I was consuming way more than I was creating. I would often tell myself that I would use Instagram or this opportunity to scroll to gain some inspiration, to get some ideas. But really, like I said before, it turns into hours and hours of mindless scrolling and just spiraling more into self-doubt and wondering what I should be doing instead of actually going to do it. And I was just tired of it. The truth is, I was spending at least 2 to 3 hours a day on my phone, on social media, when I really could have been using that time to nourish myself, to nurture my own creativity, and to share more with my own community. And if you're not a creator, that's time that we could be spending just living, being in the moment, being present, and doing the things that actually interest us and nourish us. So I had to put the phone down. So now you know why I deleted the app, and I want to share with you what I did and what I got back after I deleted it. The first thing that changed was my morning routine. I know a lot of people recommend no phones in the bedroom and not to check your phone for the first hour of waking up, but I was never one of those people. I would wake up, immediately reach for my phone, and start scrolling. For sure not the healthiest habit, but I don't think I'm alone in this one. I often gave in to the compulsion to check, so when I gave up Instagram, I got that time back. And I noticed almost immediately how my breathing changed in the morning. All I'd check every day was the weather, so I could actually take some time for myself in the morning and think clearly and just have a bit of a slow routine instead of allowing the wheels to start turning in my head right away. It was actually pretty cool. And when I got off Instagram, I realized almost immediately how much time I gave back to myself. I actually had time and space to think about and focus on the things that I told myself I should be doing whenever I opened up Instagram in the first place. And as the days went on, I was able to focus more on what I wanted to do and what was important to me. The more I was off the app, the less I cared about what other people were doing. What I really realized when I took some time off of Instagram is that when you're busy consuming what other people are doing and comparing yourself to that, you're really not able to focus that energy on yourself. And you're the one who deserves it. And don't get me wrong, Instagram has a lot of positives and can be a really powerful tool, but I don't need to know what others are doing all of the time. I don't need to know what they're wearing all the time. I don't need to know where they're traveling. If you can use Instagram and social media to spread messages of value, to follow people who inspire you to do better, to learn more, to be better, and who uplift you, rather than making you feel about yourself, then I think have at it. But as soon as that toxic feeling starts to creep in, I think it's time to put the phone down and walk away. So my Instagram break did give me a lot of time back. So what did I do instead? Well, I did a lot of things that I had been putting off. I started a bullet journal and I started to reflect on my own self, thinking about what my goals are, what my why is.
And right now I'm just about to go work out because there's something else to do that I want to do for my mental health that Instagram wasn't doing for me.
Suddenly I had more time to work out. Probably because I wasn't plopping myself down on the couch and scrolling for 2 hours and then realizing that I should be doing something. I edited videos, I worked on creating rather than consuming. I spent more time being mindful in my skincare. And I even took a couple of courses. The one thing I really learned from taking a break off Instagram and taking a detox from perpetual scrolling was that I got a lot of time back, and I wanted to spend that time learning something new and doing something that I had always thought about doing but never really had the time for. So I decided to take an illustration course on how to draw by Geogram on Skillshare. This course was a lot of fun, and you really don't have to be an amazing artist to start learning how to draw on the iPad and getting a little creative with your free time on Procreate. I actually watched a lot of Skillshare when I was doing my social media detox, and that's because I'd rather spend my time learning something new or just doing something that I've been meaning to do for so long, rather than seeing what everybody else is doing. And that's what I love about Skillshare. There's thousands of classes that they update all the time, so you can learn pretty much whatever you want to, whenever you want to. There's no ads, and it costs less than $10 a month for the yearly subscription. So if you're planning on doing a social media detox yourself, then why not click the link down below for a free premium membership trial of Skillshare and start creating rather than consuming. Look at this flower that I drew. I can't believe I did that. So yeah, I mean, I am back on Instagram now, but I've learned a thing or two since taking that detox. I learned that just because I need a break doesn't mean me or my business is going to disappear. And I learned that we're not meant to be consuming that much content all the time. We need time to process, to think, to breathe, and to have space. And if you're starting to feel overwhelmed when you hop on social media rather than inspired, and you get feelings of FOMO and guilt rather than feelings of motivation and creativity, then that might be a good sign that it's time to take a break. Social media is not going anywhere, and it'll be ready for you when you get back. Let me know if you guys have taken a social media break before and maybe how that changed your relationship with it. And what did you learn about yourself? Thanks so much for watching, and no need to follow me on Instagram if you are taking a break. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.